Kita akan lanjutkan gameplay kita, yaitu albedo story dari Genshin Impact ya. Jadi kemarin kita sudah diteliti habis-habisan sama si albedo dan kita mendapatkan hasil yang memuaskan, dimana kita tidak memiliki reaksi elemental sama sekali yang bisa membahayakan diri kita ya. Berarti sekarang kita disuruh melihat-lihat apa saja yang ada di tempat ini. Lihat-lihat yuk, comot-comotin segala hal ya. Oke. Yang perlu kita comotin tadi ada yang klip di sini. Aha, itu dia yang klip. Ya. Wah, lumayan feather guys. Lumayan banget. Oke. Itu dia. Kita mengamati rak. Oh, kita amati rak ya. Nah, ada banyak yang harus kita amati. Pencatatan. Sebuah papan dengan tempelan beberapa catatan laporan yang percobaan yang tidak dapat dibaca, tapi setidaknya terlihat bahwa perkembangan pada eksperimen tersebut. Oh, kita ada perkembangan guys, katanya guys. Padahal karakter utamanya nggak pernah kita pakai sama sekali.
Here comes albedo. Let's go see him.
Mana si albedo? Albedo? Hah? Bicara dengan albedo yang telah kembali. Oh, itu dia. Luar guys, deh guys.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any unique abilities? Well, I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose. Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Okay. Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Oh, sisanya dikasih Timaeus dong.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
Oke, kita masak sekarang guys. Tantangan memasak dari Chef Albedo ya.
Maybe try the willpower thing again.
Sunshine spreadnya udah ini
Where
belum
does
sih?
he get these ideas from anyway?
Sunshine spread. Sunshine spread. Nah kan, sunshine spread. Oke, bentar guys. Kita lihat dulu. Sunshine spread ini seperti apa ya? Chicken tofu pudding. Oke. Mana sunshine spread? Dia bintang 3 ya? Nah ini dia. Sunshine spread. Bahannya sih ada yang nggak ada, cuman apa itu? Apa yang nggak ada bahannya? Hah? Apa ini? Ya, itu ya. Gula kah? Coba sebentar. Sebentar guys, coba kita bikin dulu gulanya dari sini. Bukan gula, apa sih namanya? Itu apa namanya guys? Milk? Bukan juga, apa dong? Dan susu terus apa dong? Apa itu? Cara ngecek ingredientsnya gimana ya? Oke. Cek ingredientsnya itu loh. Gimana caranya ya? Keju, ikan. Oke. Satu lagi apa itu? Coba kita ke supermarket ya guys ya. Belanja. Sebentar ya Mas Albedo. Saya mau belanja dulu ke supermarket Mondstadt. Ada nggak nih bahannya? Sudahlah. Coba gue pengen lihat. Ada nggak ya supermarket Mondstadt ya? Gue penasaran gitu guys. Takutnya nggak ada di supermarket Mondstadt, kan sayang. Iya nggak sih? Terus itu apa? Gue nggak tahu cara bikinnya lagi. Coba semoga si Good Hunter ini ada nih. Kok Good Hunter? Apa nih? Salah. Saya bukan Good Hunter guys. Si siapa nih? Aduh. Nah ini nih. Blanche. Si Blanche guys. Nih. Nah, salt. Garam, ya ampun. Diam aja. Biar pelit guys, nggak apa-apa. Garam rupanya itu. Garam dong. Wele. Oke. Balik lagi guys ke albedo. Albedo, here I come. Balik lagi ke albedo guys. Ternyata cuma garam. Gue kira susu. Tapi kalau susu harusnya ada gambar sapinya sih. Oke, lanjut terus. Sebentar ya Bido, saya baru sampai nih. Kita Razer masak dulu guys, ya. Ini dia. Apa nih? Oh, Xiangling yang punya buff. Sini nama Noel, hah? Oh iya, Noel ya. Bikin yang banyak guys. Bikin yang banyak. Bikin yang banyak guys. Lagi. Habis. Oke. Kenapa? Mah, bisa bikin ini nih. Bikin dulu lah. Oke. Bisa bikin ini juga. Nice. Ini dia. Habis itu kita bikin apa lagi ya? Udah kali ya. Yang buat revive nih. Guys. Itu lagi. 21 banyak. Gue ngumpulin telur sama ini tuh, ternyata gue baru tahu, oh banyak telurnya. Ya belum ada lagi, oke. Nanti lagi kok gitu. Ya, oke. Nih albedo.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the results.
Dia emang lapar rupanya. Ini tuh. Kasih yang albedo tuh yang ini dong, yang enak makanannya ya nggak? Testing the results.
An average outcome experimentally, but you really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy.
Ya dong, siapa dulu yang ngajarin, siapa Juna.
As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless, could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment.
Yoi.
Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey!
Gak guna
You were
berarti.
being nice a second ago. But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes, I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, superpower,
Dibuat.
like night vision or vibratory sensing, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight.
Ya coba ke elemental set ya. Mana? Di sini. Untung saya bisa elemental set guys. Kalau enggak, waduh, bisa kacau kasusnya ini. Bisa runyam ya. Bisa lama nyarinya nih. Dia ngejatuhin mana pak? Hah? Aha.
This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Aha.
The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it.
Ini dia. Dah ketemu albedo.
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
We failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then? So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her?
Kalau kau memukul permukaan gunung itu hingga hancur, apakah kamu bisa? No!
Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an
Dikira
experiment.
gue Saitama kali.
I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Gila, dikira gue Saitama mukul sekali pukul hancur langsung ini. Bisa kelihatan segalanya. Weapons! Gila, sekali pukul. Serem juga, Pak. Ya, naik ke atas, guys. Terus sebelum itu. Apa itu? Oh, angin. Terus satu lagi. Usah kemana ya? 2 juga cukup. Nggak bisa dong. Ya, gimana nih? Satu lagi di mana? Ya, keren bisa 2 dong. Ya, nggak bisa ya udah. Manjat aja ke atas. Ini namanya, gua kasih nama apa ya? Rocky Path ya. Jalanan berbatuan. Cepetan, albedo di atas. Inginin dulu. Sebentar guys, hangatin dulu badan. Di atas kan, situ. Naik lagi, hup. Oke, terus. Ayo cepetan. Hop. Hop. Lagi. Hop, lagi. Nice. Oke. Naik lagi. Hop. Hop. Hop, axis. Hop, axis. Nice.
You want us to jump from up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
Dia suruh loncat sama albedo.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research. Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Okay.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
Mana aku di situ. Up.
So, if we do decide to go swimming,
Nice.
you gonna dive in with us?
Okay,
No,
let's go.
unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Forget Paimon said anything.
Mau dijadiin kelinci percobaan si Paimon. Takut ya kamu Paimon. Cing takut. Mana? Oh di situ. Renang gila dingin. Duh. Tantangan berhasil dong. Gila, nggak berhasil sih kelewatan pak. Terus dinginin dulu pak. Aduh gila. Parah sih. Mana si albedo? Oh di situ ya. Mana si albedo? Hah? Bicara dengan albedo dong. Walah, dia di sini toh. Dicariin, baru muncul orang.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you
Ember
followed
juga
us the
kan.
whole way without breaking a sweat.
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, If it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't hold
Tersinggung.
petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like some basic draft of a sketch?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime.
Okay.
Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Ah, kita harus ke ruins, guys. Oke. Mana tuh ruins? Di bawah ya? Hah? Di bawah mah, kalau di bawah mah ini lah. 400 meter males. Teleport aja lah. Gak ada jalur teleport. Oke, makasih. Kita ke bawah deh. Gak ada jalur teleport soalnya, guys. Udah lah. Jangan pakai ini. Laser aja. Ya hemat kalau buat lari, guys. Stamina-nya benar-benar hemat. Kayak kaya dia. Oke, nice. Turun lagi. Dari sini. Sebentar. Hup. Oke. Mana? Situ. Cepetan, woi. Stamina-nya naik dong. Oh. Hop, hiya. Ayo laser, terbang laser. Gila, laser terbentang tinggi di udara, coy. Tapi gue gak habis pikir gitu, kenapa Razer itu bukan sword tapi claymore senjatanya, atau mungkin pole gitu. Kenapa bukan spear? Kenapa dibikin claymore gitu? Why? Padahal kalau pakai sword misalnya, pakai sword. Si Razer ini dia ini kali. Bisa lebih bagus kali jurusnya. Lebih jago, lebih ini. Ya, tapi biarkanlah. Bukan saya yang menciptakan game, tapi sudah. Yang gue tuh berharap itu ada versi dewasanya Razer, versi dewasanya Chongyun, Sucrose, albedo gitu-gitu. Ya, kayak di look gitu. Keren kalau kayak gitu, Pak.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like.
Oke. Puzzle ya, ha? Eksperimen terakhir, pertumbuhan mutia. Tekan teka-teki di sekitar.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Kompleks environment. Ya. Ya. Atos, tos tidahar. Tos. Maksudnya ngapain? Oh, mereka semua harus nyala bersamaan, guys. Nah, gitu tuh, gitu caranya. Tantangan berhasil kan? Satu lagi berarti ada di sini ya.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Oh, itu tuh. Di atas itu, Pak. Gila, jauh juga. Turun dong, turun, woi. Turun kamu. Oh, kurang ajar dia. Naik lagi ke atas. Hop. Turun kau. Nah, oke, satu lagi ada di. Oh, ada musuh tuh. Au. Hiya. Lagi. Terus. Lagi, terus. Jangan kasih kendor. Lagi, terus. 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 Oke, nice. Razor sih bisa nanganin begitu, Pak. Kira gimana ya, guys ya? Cari dulu, guys. Di atas kah? Kita cek di atas. Oh ya. Aduh. Saya jatuh. Saya terjatuh, saudara-saudara. Hop. Oke. Nggak ada di atas. Di situ dia. Hop. Naik. Wah, nggak bisa naik, Mana dong? Pakai yang dewasa. Hop. Ya, bisa naik lagi. Mana nih? Oh, bukan di sini. Di sini. Oh, gitu berarti gini. Sebentar. Dia ada di situ, guys. Gua kelihatan kok. Tenang. Kalau gitu berarti dia akan di situ. Oh, berarti gini. Gini. Sini naik lagi. Hop. Oke. Dari atas sini kita turun ke situ. Saya pintar, guys. Hiya. Sini kau. Sini dong. Dela ciao. Ya. Masa harus naik lagi sih? Udahlah, naik lagi lah, guys. Apa? Yo. Demi bisa memecahkan puzzle ini dan menyelesaikan cerita albedo. Yuk. Oke. Yo, lanjut sini. Hop. Haha. Hebat kan aku? Astaga. Begini tuh. Kamu berani sini berantem sama saya. Ganggu orang aja kamu. Lagi. Ya, buku bubus. Ya, buku bubus. Ya. Oh, die. Kan, mati kan lu. Dadah. Salahnya dia itu adalah dia diamnya tengah laut gitu. Dan gue sengaja melakukan hal tersebut. Jadi kalau dia tenggelam dia langsung auto meninggal. Dia nggak bisa berenang, kalau kita kan bisa. Ide itu doang sih. Oke, nice. Turun kau, turun. Cepat. Yes.
It should now be
Buka,
possible to
baby.
activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
Apa ini?
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
Apa nih?
What's this?
Oh,
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our...
Another thing seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in all kinds of strange experiments? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it! And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
Ya, jadi melihat Rosaria itu jadi mengingatkan gue pada kisah B.J. Habibie, guys. Yang dimana katanya B.J. Habibie itu pernah pulang ke Indonesia dan ini katanya sempat diusir, suruh balik lagi ke Jerman. Iya, kayak gitu. Salah satu contohnya sih yang gue dapat. Ya, kira-kira seperti itu. Dan ini adalah eksperimen terakhir, sudah selesai guys. Berarti kita tinggal datang ke albedonya aja. Oke, here we go guys. Kita datang ke albedo. Hihi. Albedo. Iya, terbang. Kenapa harus copot coba nih jembatan? Pasti Yeti yang lewat atau jatuh Yeti. Dung. Bodoh lah. Hah? Albedo di mana? Oh, itu dia.
You're back. Good timing. You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today. And it was very difficult to finish all the research
Dia
in
hanya
one go.
menjalankan tugasnya. Enteng banget gitu. Padahal dia ngerendahin si Albedo dan Albedo nggak tahu hal tersebut gitu.
But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for this?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders?
Kalian pernah memikirkan kemungkinan ini? Tapi kalau dunia Tevel memiliki respon penolakan alami yang terhadap seorang luar.
I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Tevat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom. But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
It looks like something's appearing.
Bunga? Bunga apa itu?
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition, is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself? It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever. And it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness.
Umur pendek juga bukan sesuatu yang buruk. Hidup yang dijalani dengan efisien, dengan sempurna, dan tidak akan dihantui oleh rasa kesepian.
So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you.
Dari situ.
Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, your help inspired me to discover the means to make...
Jadi aku ada eksperimen yang berguna.
I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again? Well, glad I can count on you. I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Oke, pakai albedo monster atau gimana? Sepertinya albedo ini seorang monster, guys. Dan dia menghilang. Oke, itulah dia guys ya, kisah dari albedo ya. Sampai di sini dulu perjumpaan kita guys. Jangan lupa like, comment, share, dan subscribe. Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa di live stream dan video berikutnya. Dari Business Gaming, over and out.